All right, guys, welcome back to Spud Run Golf. Today's episode, we're going to tackle putting a new bridge in. We are actually going to build two bridges in today's episode. One small walk bridge and a larger cart bridge. Our little backyard golf course is fortunate to have this wonderful winding creek around the green and down the fairway. It's actually got a name. It's called Karen Creek. Karen Creek provides seasonal aesthetics, but more importantly munches up golf balls, wreaking havoc on some of the best golf rounds. You might say, hey Spud, we just want to see the grass. But I'm here to tell you, projects like this are why Spud Run is going to the moon, baby. Come on. Plays and lays out. This little walk bridge, it gets used all the time. People park here, walk up, they chip short, a lot of short balls in this green. But we also get a lot of traffic that could walk across at the center action of this green. So we're going to pop in another little walk bridge. This one won't take a lot of material because we'll just make it wide enough that you can walk across. Just one person can walk across. So we'll measure that one, see what that width was. It's probably 24 to 28 inches wide, and that's what we're going to do here. It'll be a nice little accessible spot to park right here on the gravel and walk up and play your shot, turn around and go back or move on to the next hole. Man, look at all these balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I believe those are from yesterday's guests. We had guests yesterday came up from Kentucky, drove about 2 hours to play Spud Run Golf. They played 27 holes. And as I speak now, we've got guys coming in from northern Ohio. They're going to spend 2 or 3 days here at the B&B and tear this place up. The weather's finally breaking. So for what it matters, basically now the course is playable and it's ready. We're Friday evening, so these guests are going to be here playing. Actually, we got guests for like the next 6 days, so I'll still do maintenance, but it'll probably be real early in the morning, or if they take a lunch break. So that's an opportunity for me to get on my sawmill. Like these bridges I can kind of build in the mill shop or out of the way, and then kind of put them in place without major disruption to the players. And that's one of the ways we can keep things moving here, keep getting the course better. Hello, you sexy beast. All right, we got the easy part done. We've got our material list for the big bridge and the little bridge. I said little deck. Cookie's a little deck. I'm very excited to get the Woodmizer fired up today. This daggone thing has been about as handy as having Rondo as a neighbor. My only regret's not getting one 20 years ago. We're going to slice up old cedar utility poles for the bridge beams and decking. This beautiful sawdust, we call that man glitter. And I love making man glitter. Rondo and I just got this deck done, this bridge deck. Rondo, how'd it go?
Pretty good.
So now we've got to move it in place. The next obstacle is going to be working around the golfers. So the boys started a little after 7. They're finishing up their first 18th about 10:30. And they could go for a record here this weekend at Spud Run for the most rounds played because they played until midnight last night. They were up and at it at 7 o'clock this morning. So if you ever ask me what's 3 pharmacists and 1 lawyer have in common, they could have the Spud Run record for most rounds played. It's always good that we got an inspector on site.
Yep.
Mr. Rondo.
That's me.
Yeah. All right, well there it is. And I think we have golfers that are getting ready to try it out. They're back on number 8. I believe these guys played 36. Now they're on their second 18, or I guess it'd be their third 18 for the day. Our first little bridge, obviously easy, so we didn't spend a lot of time on that, but now we got to jump into the big bridge because it's going to be a lot more complicated. I'm not going to show you more sawmill action, but we're going to start building that thing tomorrow. And it's going to have like a radius on the edge. It's going to flare out. Why? Because I think it'll look cool, and we can do it. All right, it's Monday after work. We got to get this bridge project completed. We got to complete this episode. We got to complete that bridge tonight. This is Monday. We have that bachelor group coming in Thursday. I'm gonna tell you more about that in a little bit, but we've got a big group coming in, and I'm a little nervous. Also, I had to spend some time building a dirt bike track for the boys back in the woods yesterday, so still a productive day, just not so much on the bridge project. One of the first non-grass related projects I'd done on the golf course originally was building that bridge back to the green, and I recorded all that. Actually, we have an episode on it, and we're kind of doing this one the same way. We're going to set these large stones. That'll be our foundation, kind of. These stones are so big that even though this creek gets kind of crazy, it's not going to wash them away. And yes, I'm well aware that all I'm doing is building an awesome snake habitat. Yeah, I know. You guys have seen the Kubota Mini a lot, but not much from this. This job here is going to call for more horsepower. Three hours later. Put your snakes underneath that thing. And I think it's important to note that this old bridge deck was just an old pallet. I'd got a bunch of them. An overseas company had moved into town and brought machinery in. This pallet was what they packed them on. Heck, I don't even know what type of wood this is, but I do know it served us well for the first year or so. But it's time to get something more solid. Now what do we do with this daggone thing? We're going to put it behind us somewhere. Put it up here on the bank for now. There again, what do we do with that? Probably full of bees. But damn. That thing is heavy. I've got a mark right here. That is the corner center of my bridge. So for those stones, we actually need to get back farther. Let's go about right there. Kind of shelf that off. I'm going to get that bridge set in here, get it squared up how I like the flow. I'll mark my post locations on this. I'm going to dig them out, chip them out, and we'll set posts down in and create them in. The biggest thing I'm worried about is a big flood, sticks getting clogged and wanting to roll it. It could definitely still happen, but we're going to give it our best shot that it won't happen like that. So I'm going to measure that side, and if we're good, we're ready to go get the bridge frame, and set it in place. Now, while it's down on these stones, I can by hand wiggle it how I want it. So right now it looks good with the fairway, but the existing cart path, not so much. So maybe we tweak it around a little bit that way. Let's check the creek flow. I mean, it's not perpendicular with the creek flow, but I don't think that matters. Our stones are more centered with the flow of the creek. Basically what I'm trying to do right now is get it to where I want it so I can mark my stones, and then I'll get it out of our way. I've looked at this thing for 15 minutes and I'm calling this a win. So how are you going to mark your stones, Jeremy, before you pick it back up? I'm gonna mark the corners with the grinder. If there's one piece of equipment I can't stand around, it's this thing right here. This thing will get you every time. So we got that cut out. Now we're gonna chisel it out. We'll be ready to set that deck, put our post in, moor them in, get the decking boards on. Project's coming along good, man. I hope you're enjoying this video, guys. If you are, let me in the comments what you think of my craziness here. Ronaldo just drives right in the fairway. You're in the fairway. Huh? You're in the fairway.
That used to be the biggest fear over here.
And that's a Spud Run Snake Hotel. Guys, coming up next, check it out. 16 dudes overtake Spud Run Golf for a bachelor party for 4 days. Will it break? Stay tuned.